Welcome to Room 9, the region's largest classroom. I am Mrs. Wright, and I will be teaching a reading lesson meant for second graders. And I also teach at Monroe Elementary in St. Charles. So shout out to my Mustangs who are watching. I am really needing to get myself into the green zone. It's been a very busy day. I feel like I'm totally in the yellow zone, like, ah! So, before I can do any kind of teaching, I need to do some deep breathing. That really is what helps me the most. So, if you are feeling a little bit in the yellow zone, I'm right there with you, okay? So, let's go ahead and take some super deep breaths. Ease ourselves into this, and we can get started. I just am kind of all over and need to focus, okay? So I feel you if you've ever felt like this before. Are you ready? Here we go. Deep breath in, hold it, push it out. 3, 3, 3. All right, here we go. All right, feeling a little more calm and zen. I hope your day was wonderful. I had a wonderful day with my class. We had a lot of fun. I am excited for the weekend. The weekend's coming up soon. Today's like what, hump day? Woo! Hump day. So, yeah, it's going to be a great learning day today, okay? Because our great learning time, because today was great, so we're gonna keep it going, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into some more text features, okay? So we have learned lots and lots and lots of text features already, and I don't know about you, but I love, love, love reading nonfiction books. But I've noticed I read nonfiction books a little bit differently than I read fiction books. Anybody else? Yeah. Have you noticed, like, sometimes I kind of jump around and I don't know, like sometimes I look through all the pictures first, and sometimes I just look and see if the book has what I'm looking for, and if it doesn't, I move on. I don't always read the nonfiction books in order. And what I've noticed about that is the book still makes sense, right? So even though I'm not reading the book exactly in order from page 1 all the way to the end, I'm still learning and understanding information about whatever topic I'm reading about. And it made me think, I don't think I can do that with fiction. If I picked up a fiction book and started reading in the middle of the book and then went back and read the beginning and then read the end, I mean, I could probably figure out what happened, but I would be very, very, very confused. So I think that that's something good to remember. I think it's important as readers to know what kind of book we're reading. And if we're reading a nonfiction book, we don't have to read it in order. So it kind of makes it fun. It almost feels like, I don't know, like we're breaking the rules a little bit, right? And fiction, you definitely have to read the book in order. So nonfiction's a gift. It's a gift because you get to break the rules, right? And you don't have to be in trouble. And every time you're reading something, you're learning something new. So nonfiction is super fun to read. And there are things in nonfiction books that are not in any kind of other books. And we've talked a lot about those. Today, I'm going to just start reading this book called What is Hibernation? Okay? I'm just gonna jump in, read a few sections, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna notice if we see some of these that we've learned before, like the table of contents, the heading, the subheading, the glossary. Oh, by the way, our objective, you're gonna be able to identify and use nonfiction text features. Hopefully you picked up on that. I bet you have because you're really smart. So we're gonna see if we can find any of these in this book, and then we're gonna see what new ones we see, okay? Okay, are you ready to get started? That was lame. A little boring, people. Are you ready to get started? Woo! All right, let's do it. Okay, so like I said, I can read this any way I want. I can start at the end. I can start at the beginning. I am gonna start at the beginning because I do wanna look at the table of contents, and the name of this book is What is Hibernation? A Bobbie Kalman book. And this is being read with the permission of Crabtree Publishing. So let's go ahead and get started. What is hibernation? Molly, do you want to say hi? She wants to play. Do you want to say hi? Come here. Yep, she wants to play. Okay, well, whenever you want. So this is the table of contents. Remember, the table of contents gives you the headings and the page numbers and tells you kind of what the book is going to be about. So this says on here, what is hibernation? Why do animals sleep? Feeding time, a perfect spot, do not disturb, and it goes on and on and on. But for real, right away, what is hibernation? I'm going to go to that section, which of course happens to be the first one. I want to know what hibernation is, so let's read it, okay? What is hibernation? Many areas of the world have cold winters. In these places, snow covers the ground. Don't forget to be looking for nonfiction text features. Ponds freeze and food is hard to find. Animals that cannot live and find food during this cold season must find other ways to survive. Some travel or migrate to warmer places. Others hibernate or go into a sleep state. Hibernation is not like regular sleep. Molly, just knocked the whole table. Molly, I'm trying to record for the kids. Can you come say hi if we're gonna knock things over? Come here. Come here. Molly, come here. Come at least say hi. Okay, fine. See? Come here. We're learning about hibernation. Say hi. Do you hibernate? No, you are like a teddy bear. And I think bears hibernate, but this bear doesn't because she's actually a dog, but she looks like a teddy bear. Look at the camera. Molly, look at the camera. Look. Say hi. Say hi. She hates cameras. I know I told you guys that, but I really can't believe it. Maybe if I try and move her a little closer. Can you get a little closer? Oh, they see your eyes almost. You need to get groomed, don't you? Can you guys see her eyes? Say hi. Oh, I missed you today. All right, I'm going to read to the kids about hibernation. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? All right, you want to stay? Okay, here we go. Hibernation is not like regular sleep, Molly. Excuse you. A hibernating animal's breathing and heartbeat becomes very slow. That's what I thought. Bye. And its body becomes cold. The animal appears to be dead, but it's still alive. Barely. Its body slows down so much that it needs almost no food. It gets all of its energy from the fat stored in its body. This right here says, many hibernators sleep underground where they are protected from the cold weather. Underground chambers are called burrows or dens. This subheading says, when is the right time? Animals must begin hibernating at the right time. If they fall asleep too early, they may run out of body fat before winter ends and die. Scientists believe that the length of daylight tells most animals when they should hibernate. As winter approaches, there is less and less daylight each day. Animals know it is time to hibernate when the days reach a certain length. Different types. There are many types of hibernation. Each type is suited to the animal's body and its habitat or home. Animals that live in temperate or mild climates may hibernate for only a few weeks. Garter snakes in the Arctic tundra, however, hibernate for about 8 months each year. In every case, an animal's body changes to help it survive the harsh winter and lack of food. Okay, right here, true or not, Small animals such as dormice, often shown left in this picture, and Arctic ground squirrels are true hibernators. True hibernators sleep for several months. During this time, their body temperature drops to just above freezing. Some larger animals, such as raccoons and bears, spend much of the winter sleeping, but they wake up often. Their bodies stay warmer than those of true hibernators. All right, so one study. So I see a heading, which we've learned, that tells us what the page is going to be all about. Then I saw subheadings, which was like, remember, a subheading is the specific information in that section. So it's still about hibernation, but it gave us even more specific information. So there are actually 4 other nonfiction text features that I see on this page. And I want you to try and spot them. There are 4 of them, guys. 4. Okay, so here we go. There is a real picture, which is a text feature. Another real picture, which is a text feature. An illustration, which is a text feature. A caption, which is a text feature. And bold words. Okay, so lots of text features. Let's talk through them. Bold words, they are words that are important. And they tell you, boop, 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 this is important. And usually, not always, but usually, you can find the definition of that bold word somewhere in the book. More than likely, it's in the table of contents. Not the table of contents, the glossary. Remember, the glossary tells you what words mean. So more than likely, when you see a bold word, you can find it in the glossary. Most of the time. Sometimes there's a bold word and then they have like a fun little box off to the side and it tells you what it means there. But in this book, most of the time, if it's bold, it's in the glossary. So one of the bold words, there's actually a lot of bold words on this page, is hibernate, migrate, I believe. Yep. Temperate, habitat, and tundra. Ground squirrels and true hibernators. And then burrows and dens. There's a ton of bold words. So let's flip to the back and see what of those words are actually in the glossary. Oh, here we go. B, it's the second one. Burrow is an animal's underground home. It also means to dig underground. Dormant, we read that one. It's describing something that is not in an active state. Ground squirrel, that was there, referring to the Arctic ground squirrel. a rodent that lives in burrows and is a true hibernator. And I think only two more. Temperate, it means describing mild weather. And then tundra is a treeless plain in the Arctic. Not like plain in the sky, but like a plain of flat land. Normally in the Midwest, we have plains and there's lots of grass, but this says a treeless plain in the Arctic. So no trees and probably not a lot of grass. Okay, so if I come back to this page, one of the text features that we talked about was real pictures. Now, people take pictures of these animals like this. And they do that because, honestly, it's very unlikely that a person will see an animal in real life, not in a zoo, hibernating. So real pictures are taken so that people can see what it's actually like, okay? So if you can see it, a real picture of it, it's a photograph. Someone took a picture of it, probably with a real camera, not their cell phone camera, and they're showing it to people so that whenever they're talking about these real life things, there's a real life image or a photograph to go with it, okay? Illustrations, ooh, you probably already know these. Illustrations are drawings, and they're not often used in nonfiction. Majority of nonfiction is real pictures, but sometimes illustrations are used. And they can show you things like this illustration is showing us the same exact thing that the main picture is, or that this photograph is, that's showing the same image, but it's just a drawing instead of a real life picture of it, okay? All right, and then the final text feature that I see on this page is a text feature that a lot of readers overlook. And I'm not sure why, because it has so much information in it, okay? It's the sentence underneath the picture, and it's called a caption. And the caption gives you more information that probably isn't in all these sections, and it tells you what's happening in the picture. So this is the picture, and the caption that I read says, many hibernators sleep underground, where they are protected from the cold weather. Underground chambers are called burrows or dens. So that's what's happening in this picture. This animal is in an underground burrow or den, and he's protected from the cold weather. All right, let's go back to the table of contents, and I'm going to decide what I want to read about from the table of contents. So, why do animals sleep? Feeding time, a perfect spot, do not disturb, light sleepers. I kind of want to read about a perfect spot because I like to get cozy on my couch. That's what I'm going to do after this. So I want to know what their perfect spot is like. So I'm going to go to page 10, and I'm not reading it in order. I skipped a couple sections, and that's okay. A perfect spot. So again, I see a heading. I see real pictures. I see illustration. And oddly enough, I do not see a caption on this page. All right, let's read. A perfect spot. Before an animal can hibernate, it must find and prepare a sleeping area. The spot must protect the animal from weather and hungry predators. Some animals use natural hollow spaces, such as caves, for their winter sleep. Other animals, such as this groundhog, use their sharp claws to dig holes in the ground. The weather outside may change daily, but the temperature underground changes very slowly. By sleeping in underground burrows, hibernating animals are safe from weather such as wind, rain, and snow. The soil acts as a wall that keeps out cold and holds in warmth. So then it says, just big enough. An animal usually fits snugly inside its hibernation burrow. The cozy fit keeps the animal warm, just as a blanket keeps you warm when you sleep. If the burrow were too big, cold air might get inside it and the animal would freeze. Some animals, such as the marmot on page 10, line their dens with leaves, grasses, and twigs to make their sleeping places soft and comfortable. The lining also helps trap heat inside the dens. Oh, I was wrong. Here's a caption. I think it goes with this picture. It's kind of really hard to tell what that is. Let's see. If an animal's body loses too much moisture, it dehydrates or dries up and the animal dies. Bats stay moist by hibernating in damp caves. Sleeping bats are often covered by water droplets. Oh, so that must be a sleeping bat. See? This is why you read the captions, guys. Group sleep. Animals such as snakes and bats cannot dig underground burrows. Their winter sleeping places are inside caves or in spaces between rocks. These dens can be large, so the animals hibernate in groups of more than 100 individuals. Their combined body heat helps keep the entire group warm. All right, so let's chart what we have learned this time. Let's see, I need a new color, don't I? Okay, so my handwriting has gone from pretty good to, whoa, that's a mess. So we learned about a caption, and a caption helps the reader because it tells you, it tells what is happening in the picture. We also learned about a bold word, and bold words, they signal important, 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 right? And they're usually where? Yep, they're usually, not always, but they're usually defined. That means they're told what they mean in the glossary. And we also learned about a photograph. Sometimes people call it a photograph. Sometimes people call it a real picture. So I'll write both. Real pictures, photographs. Oh, this handwriting is the worst. My walls have like this weird texture on them. It's not cute, okay? It doesn't look cute on my charts. And if anyone knows me well, they know that not cute charts drive me crazy. So real pictures or photographs show something in real life. They show it exactly how it would look. And then illustrations. Illustrations, that's a drawing. And it's close. It's a close image of what it would really look like. Okay? All right. So, that was great. You guys did great. We learned bold words, captions, real pictures, and illustrations. I had a wonderful time with you, and you know what? I think we should read one more page because I really want to know, why is this hibernation thing even happening, right? So the next section is, why do animals hibernate? I want to know, so we're going to read it. Okay, 6. Why do animals hibernate? Page 6. Okay, why do animals sleep? More of the same kinds of nonfiction text features. Even if they do not hibernate, all animals rest or sleep. Sleep helps restore energy. Energy is the power animals need to do things. Animals use energy to breathe, grow, run, climb, fly, feed, and keep their bodies warm. If animals were awake all the time, they would quickly run out of energy and their bodies would grow weak. Many animals cannot see well in the dark, so they sleep at night. When the day begins, they are well rested and can search for food. Other animals are able to see well at night. They sleep during the day and hunt from dusk to dawn. So this is a caption. It's not right next to the picture, which is kind of weird, but it says, big cats, such as the leopard above, use a lot of energy when they hunt. They need plenty of sleep. All right, a subheading, on the lookout. An animal's sleeping habits also depend on its enemies. Powerful predators or hunters, such as tigers, have no enemies. They can sleep for long periods of time without waking. Animals that are hunted, such as deer and giraffes, can sleep for only short periods of time. They must be alert if predators approach. How is hibernation different? Animals sleep every day to save energy, but they must wake up and feed to get more energy. An animal's body digests or breaks down food and turns it into energy that animals can use. Animals must also wake up so their bodies can get rid of liquid and solid waste. Most animals would run out of energy if they slept nonstop and did not wake up to eat. But a hibernator can go months at a time without food. It uses almost no energy, so it is able to live off its stored body fat. Since the animal is not eating or drinking, it does not need to release waste. All right, that's it for today. See you guys next time.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.